come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
If you have seen his opinion about Candace Owens, there is something more into this that a lot of people don't actually see. For a very long time now, people have actually forgotten. They don't even talk about this again. But the only person that is focusing on this every single day, trying to bring evidence, trying to bring this, is Candace Owens. I begin to question, like, what is actually the motive? She said the truth is hidden. She's bringing things for people to actually see. But I started having a problem when she started going at the organization, Charlie's wife, things like that. That is where I had an issue. Not only this, for a very long time, Candace Owens is going off on the Trump administration. People need to look deep. After this topic of Charlie, what was Candace Owens doing? What was his reactions? What actually caused it? These are some questions that people need to ask. I hate to see a powerful base like this being divided. This is very bad. This attention, they are taken away from what is happening. Democrats are extremely excited about it because this has actually put a lot of people back. Yeah, the spirit they used to have about this administration is gone. They are divided, infighting, this. It's sad to see people I used to watch every single day now doing this.
In the 3 months since I've really tried not to comment on the investigation in public, and it's not because I don't care, of course. I love Charlie and knew him well since he was a teenager. But I haven't said anything about it. I really tried not to say anything about it. First, because I don't really know anything that everyone else doesn't know. I've asked around, but of course, how do you know what the truth is? But the other reason I haven't said anything is because I know personally a number of the people involved in what's now become a very large story. I know them really well. And I really think a lot of all of them on every side. Candace Owens, I've known a long time. I love Candace Owens. Blake Neff at TPUSA once worked for me at a couple of different places, and I love Blake Neff. Erika Kirk, I've known since she was dating Charlie Kirk, and I love Erika Kirk. And I think these are all really, really decent people. And so it's been my desire for 3 months not to get involved in any of this. And in general, to think to myself, anybody who is earnestly searching for the truth, whether they're right or wrong, but as long as they're motivated by a desire to find out what happened and therefore honor Charlie's memory by getting to justice, anyone who's doing that, I'm not going to criticize. Again, no matter what track they're on, lots of us, and this has certainly happened to me, have good moments, but good motives, but wind up in the wrong place. But it's a sincere mistake. So that definitely happens. I have done that, and so I've just wanted to stay out. And then the other day, I had like a 3-hour conversation with Theo Vaughn, and it was not about Charlie or anything related to it, but that topic came up. And I said, in effect, I don't trust the FBI. And that gave some people the impression that I was, accusing them of being involved in Charlie. And of course, I wasn't, and I certainly didn't mean to. But it gives me the chance now to say what I think, which is that we should not necessarily trust the FBI. And by the way, why would we? It's not an attack on, the political leadership of it. I've known Dan Bongino, for example, for a long time, and like Dan, and don't imagine he would ever be involved in intentionally covering up somebody. I don't believe that. But Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, for that matter, are at the top of the org chart, but this is a huge organization, and parts of it act independently from leadership. That's the nature of bureaucracy. So saying, well, I like Dan Bongino and don't think he would do something wrong on purpose, which is how I feel, doesn't mean that I trust or have to trust.
Sometime now, Candace Owens is pushing this topic to a level not seen before. It has reached that moment a lot of people are now calling her out, like if Republican lost the midterm, she is responsible. A lot of people don't agree with that. If you check, Candace Owens is #1 podcast in the whole world right now. A lot of people are listening to her. This issue of Charlie has actually caused different reactions on social media. Every single day, Candace Owens is bringing different narratives about the whole situation. I just realized few hours on X, she has been invited to actually clear the air on some of the things she said about Turning Point USA. The time they put out that show, Candace Owens has suddenly changed. She now says she will appear virtually. That has blown up everywhere on X. Replying to Tim, this is what he wrote. Candace has nothing to do who wins in 2026 or 2028. It's such a smooth brain concept, but let's for a second pretend you and Tim are correct. What does that say about how well the Trump administration is doing? If Candace Owens can tip their scales in the other direction, it says the Trump administration sucks. If Candace can do that, that is what it says. That's on the Trump administration, not Candace. You and Tim are both pushing a narrative that passes zero logic test. Okay, this is someone replying to Tim and this other guy. There is something more important here. If Candace Owens is able to pull just a little fraction of the MAGA base of people who supported Trump, it will affect the whole thing like never before. So it is important to acknowledge that she can actually do that. She's already doing it. Yeah, you cannot really say no, Candace Owens has no influence into this base. Democrats are extremely excited about it because this has actually put a lot of people back. Yeah, the spirit they used to have about this administration is gone. Short clips at the end. That is for the YT algorithm. You can always skip.
7:09 p.m. went on nonstop until almost midnight. From 7 to 12, he posted 160 times.
And while the president wasn't exactly sure which organs were scanned, he knew which one wasn't.
He beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
And this ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
He even get an off.
If the Democrat
Because how many times do somebody asks?
4.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well, Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all like.
To have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not...
Said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Out of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about. Surprised to see Darth Renner.
It's using kitty litter in the school.